I saw you last year, and things have really moved since then. One of the things, something that I'm doing to allow the cork to rise is, let me catch my breath, is...
anything and everything I can think of that makes me feel good. Wouldn't that be a great way to live life? Anything I can think of that makes me feel good is the right thing for me to do right now.
And one of the things I'm doing, the Oneness Diksha, and out of that came some work with this woman who's helping me in some energetic ways with the Heart Center. Out of the oneness thing and the Indian kind of philosophies, there's this concept that we are not the thinker of our thoughts, that the thoughts come into our mind, and then in a way we kind of choose to adopt them or not.
Well, let's talk about it in the context of what we've been talking about. We are not offering words to Esther that she is then repeating to you. We're offering a vibration, a knowing that she is receiving vibrationally and interpreting into the thought, realizing into the thought. So
Okay.
That follows with what you're talking about. If you accomplish a vibrational attitude or atmosphere and are not hindering it with contradictory thoughts that are setting up resistance and making you not able to receive the signal clearly, then you would be the receiver, the interpreter, the allower of the thought. And maybe it's semantics about how that's actually happening, but that is the process. In other words, let's put it to you this way. The life that you have been living has caused you to ask the questions that the answer is culminating to come to you. And so as you receive the answer, it feels to you like you thought the thought, when actually you summoned the thought through the life experience that you were living. You recognized the thought, you materialized the thought, you actualized the thought, you thought the thought.
Both the good and bad, the wanted and unwanted.
Whatever it is, and it's always coming on the heels of whatever vibration you've got going on, always in response to your vibration.
Okay, and where I was further going with this is that they have a process that, say, an unwanted thought and the associated emotion comes in and it's unwanted. You don't want it. Their strategy is to fully embrace the emotion, and by doing that, it thereby transforms back into love, which is the only thing that there is in the world.
That makes sense.
You either have love or the absence of love.
That makes sense in this sense for sure, that if in the realization of a thought that's uncomfortable, if you tense against it, push against it, justify it, defend it, it's going to get bigger. But in the appreciation of the emotion, which is guidance, and the acknowledgement that this guidance is helpful, then you release resistance and...
Well, that's something I'm going to have to write down. Because in the moment, oftentimes, I get consumed by the emotion.
It's sort of like,
consuming.
When you feel pain in your body. Pain in your body is an indication of resistance. And the knee-jerk response from most humans who are living sort of conditional experiences that we've been talking about today is to tense against the pain or to address the pain, to do something with the pain.
Right.
Where if you can relax into the pain, if you can embrace the pain, if you can accept the pain, if you can acknowledge that the pain means it helps on the way, that your cells are summoning and that the energy is moving, and that the pain that exists is because you're not allowing the energy that is coming to be received by you, is sort of that same concept. Relax into the negative emotion. Don't tense against it. Don't beat up on yourself. Oh, my guidance is working and telling me that I'm bad. No, your guidance is working and letting you know that you've got a vibrational frequency that is keeping you from being the receiver of your desire, which is a different frequency.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of times...
It seems so simple to us.
Well, yeah, from where you are... But this little part of me down here, sometimes forgets that I got a larger part up there.
But don't continue to argue for your limitations. In other words, you know everything that we know, because everything that we are, you are. And it's a really nice thing when another way of looking at something leads you to the same end result of understanding. Yeah, it's good. That's inspiration.
I guess maybe we've done enough on that. Sometimes hearing things over and over, I get a little different perspective on it. There's another thing. It's happened before. The last time when I was up here talking to you, I started talking about something that was beautiful, and it choked me up. And you said that that was an indication of something. I forget what your exact words were. And a similar incident happened out there talking with the disabled people, one person in particular. Towards the end of my interaction with her, I had to leave, or I was going to just crumble. I was crumbling in the moment, and even thinking about it still kind of brings it up. And you said something to the effect that it was a separation of me from something. I don't recall exactly what that was. And I was wondering what you can offer me to help me with that. Because I know there is a different feeling, different feeling that I could feel in that moment other than the crying feeling.
Rather than talking about the experience or the action, the behavior of the tears, we want to talk about the emotion that you were feeling that is behind them.
Yeah.
And the feeling or the experience of what we would call true compassion is holding someone as your object of attention, having practiced your unconditional love for long enough that you are really practiced in this atmosphere of alignment with Source. So you walk around as an extension of Source all day. And now someone comes into your experience, and as you are acknowledging them, you are not acknowledging the condition that they may be presenting, or the condition maybe even that they are wanting to talk about. You are approaching them from your alignment with Source, and in doing so, you have no resistance whatsoever in your being, and there is a full receiving of who they are. And that's exactly the conversation you just had with us, that you picked up from somewhere, about relaxing into the negative emotion. Because there are two ways of looking at this. Oh, and you're bringing us right to this place that we so want to be. Is negative emotion an indicator that something is wrong, or is negative emotion an indicator to guide you in the direction of something that's right?
Guide me in that direction.
And you see what we're getting at? It's just the way you're perceiving it to be. So as you have practiced your alignment so that you're really tuned into Source, and now you're holding someone as your object of attention, you are seeing the same things that everybody else is seeing, but you're seeing it through the eyes of Source. You are accepting and embracing, and you are not allowing the condition of this person's life to separate you from your true ability to see them, you see. That was really good. Yeah. And we have had this conversation with you before.
Yeah.
Enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Really good. Yeah. Really good. Really, really good. Second row. Yeah. Have any of you, have some of you, has any one of you been deliberately creating your vibrational atmosphere as you're approaching your days? Are you in it a week or two or three or four in some cases? And are you noticing a difference in first the way you feel about life, and next about the way life is now occurring to you, or the way you are realizing life? So a lot of what we're talking about here today, you will know the full effect of it once you've played this silly game with us for just a little while, because it is a progressive thing. This alignment is a progressive thing. And so many of you have been listening for a while. You are so ready to step fully into your complete alignment. It's time. Enough step one-ing. Esther wants us to call this step 4. Step 4 living. Step 4. Step 4. Step 4 is where contrast still exists. It just doesn't get your goat anymore. Step 4 still exists. It just, you appreciate the negative emotion because it's guiding you toward what you want. It's clarity, not thwarting. And it's the way it's always been. You just haven't known it. So how are you? Do you feel that your reset button has been pushed? Feel sort of eager about what's going on? And are you eager about being consciously alert to the things that flow into your experience to the things that you realize over the next day or two as a result of this resetting. Because words don't teach, which makes it seem odd that we offer so many. But it is the life experience in conjunction with the understanding that has come through the words. In other words, you've been right there. You are getting the sense of this. You do understand the basics. And we can feel a sort of renewed intent within you to be consciously aware of your point of attraction. We're in no way wanting to guide your point of attraction because we see the perfection of it. The diversity of that which you are, and the intention with which you have come into this environment, and the wisdom that you've gathered along the way, and the components that have helped you to define who you are and what you want. It is magnificent. And now we have the privilege and pleasure of watching you incrementally come into your own alignment with your own creation. There is nothing more satisfying to us than to realize your desire and then watch you realize your desire. Because an unrealized desire is just the first step. A realized desire is the way that you have intended it to be. You intended to take your basis of life, which was utter and absolute freedom, and to explore the content of this diverse environment to inspire desire, which is the reason for all expansion. And then you intended to synthesize it, to mold it, to feel it, to allow it into being. You said, coming in, I know that I am so free that I can choose bondage. I'm so free that I can experience a conditional love. I'm so free that I can get bound up by not being able to control the conditions. I'm so free I can choose bondage. That's what you knew about yourself. But you also knew that there was a trajectory of fantastic expansion and the potential of being so joyful along the way of that expansion. You see, what you all don't realize is that you have caused, through your synthesizing of life, enormous expansion that future generations will flow in on. You don't realize the importance that what you're doing currently is adding to the whole of all that is. But it is all for nothing if in the current and powerful now you are not happy, because that's the point of all of it. It always has been, and it always will be. Because that which is source feels unconditional love for you and will not withdraw love no matter what condition you are standing within. And when you discover that, every condition that is desirable to you will surround you. We have enjoyed this interaction more than these words can begin to convey. Unfortunately, we have been able to convey it with far more than words because we've been feeling your bodies rippling with the energy of this understanding. Be easy about this. This is not a hard thing, and there is nothing that you need to do. And efforting is not your friend. Be easy about all of this. Playful. There is great love here for you. And as always, we stand stubbornly, delightedly in the vortex.